So this also from the Bleacher Report, position battles to watch for the Browns ahead of the 2024 season. Number one, they say backup running back Jerome Ford caught 44 passes, 63 targets. So if he keeps up that efficiency in the preseason, he should beat out Hines and Foreman as the number two back who can do it all. Foreman and Hines' performances may be important to get the Browns as well through, especially if Nick Chubb struggles to get going in September. Relative to his health, I believe is what they mean there. Number two, 4 and 5 wide receivers, Cedric Tillman, David Bell, Jamari Thrash, may be competing for one spot to significantly contribute in 2024. The number 5 wide receiver may be relegated to special teams at the start, while the odd man out will not be around for week 1. And number 3, they say defensive tackle. Michael Hall joins a room that includes Dalvin Tomlinson, Shelby Harris, Quentin Jefferson, Maurice Hurst, Siaki Ika. The sheer volume of quality defensive tackles should make that one of the positions to watch every day in training camp. The Browns have said they want to bring in competition. When we run through those names, there's some competition.
There really is great competition. When you look at Mike Hall Jr. coming in here, he's got to go up against experienced three techniques. And this year they're going three technique and nose as opposed to right and left defensive tackles. But when you look at what he's got to go up against, it's newcomer Quentin Jefferson, who had 6 tackles last year. Then you've got Shelby Harris, who can work at both spots. And then you've got Maurice Hurst, who works at the three technique as well. So Mike is going to have to be on point. He's going to have to work really, really hard. He's going to have to take mentoring. He's going to have to take coaching, and he's going to have to stay in that playbook and be ready to play fast. Remember, he's only 20 years old, and he's got a big learning curve ahead of him, but he can do it because of his physical skill set.
4 and 5 wide receivers are going to be really interesting. Cedric Tillman, you normally see kind of the jump in wide receivers in year 2. And keep in mind, Cedric Tillman was a third-round pick. It wasn't like he was the 10th overall pick. And he was coming off an injury his senior year. I think the Browns are pretty excited about him. Do you get that sense with Tillman?
I do. I really do. I think they really, really like him, and they're looking for that big jump that you get usually in that second year. And I think they also see bigger things ahead for David Bell. I think they really still like him a lot. We know Kevin Stefanski really likes him a lot. He's always where he's supposed to be. I think the lights are coming on more and more for him. And so I think that they're very excited about both of those guys. Cedric Tillman, even though he's a big guy and you think of him only as an outside receiver, he can play inside and outside. And I think that's going to be imperative for a lot of these receivers in this new scheme because of the different things that will be asked of them. But I certainly think that the Browns like those guys. And then Michael Woods, we saw the great start he was off to a couple of years ago as a rookie. And so you know that he's got great potential as well. And once again, he's also a draft pick. So I don't know what's going to give, but if they're playing that many 3 and 4 wides, maybe most of these guys will make the team.
The other thing is, I know you've said this pretty consistently, need to temper the expectations for Nick Chubb, especially early in the season.
Yes, and when you talk about, they were talking about backup running back there. I mean, for right now, Jerome Ford is still going to be the lead back, and Pierre Strong is going to back him up, and Dante Foreman is going to be the Kareem Hunt role, and Naheem Hines is more so going to be your special teamer, and then we'll see what else he can contribute and do. But I don't think they're going to be counting on Nick Chubb from the jump to be their workhorse running back. You've got to give him some grace. You've got to give him a little bit of time, even though I'm sure he doesn't want anybody to do that. He wants to be out there week 1, but I think we just need to be a little patient.